Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? On time, right before 9. We're going to talk about 49.
Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer! Tebow 10, Tebow 5, touchdown! Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! 5, touchdown! Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer! Pulls up, three-pointer. It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer!
Yeah. How y'all doing out there today? We are live, and we're going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers 53-man roster. Not the whole roster, but just some of the people that I felt a little out of place on them not being on it. I first started off with Elijah Mitchell. He is on IR this year. He's out for the season, and this is his last year being signed, under contract with the San Francisco 49ers. And it seems every year since we got him right before the year starts, he gets hurt or he gets hurt during the year. So, I mean, I know Kyle Shanahan and the team loves him, mostly Kyle, but I don't know. I'm up in the air about it, man. I really am. I can't say he did enough for me to be upset about him getting traded, but I guess it is what it is for him. Let's talk about some of the people that got waived that I didn't really agree with. I know they're hoping he gets cleared from the waivers for other teams, but the guy they drafted that's been stepping up, who I was talking about the last show, Cam Latu, has been cut. I mean, waived, not cut. I guess you could say it the same thing. It's the same thing, but they just use waived. So I'm going to use the same terminologies that they use. But Cam Latu, I thought he did pretty good in the preseason. They says he drops it a lot. He was a linebacker, and he switched over in college to a tight end, but it just doesn't seem he'll turn that corner to be a great tight end. I think he should try to go back to linebacker, if anything, if you want to have an NFL career, I guess. I don't know. But Danny Gray, the super speedster that we had, but nobody could ever get him the ball. I don't think he's big enough to block downfield when he's on there to help out with plays. Outside of being a speedster, I don't see him getting off blocks in man coverage or anything like that, and he only has one reception for us anyway. It's going to be sad to see him go, because I always wanted to see what they would do with him, with a quarterback that can air it out and just let him go for it like a Deshaun Jackson type player. I was hoping that he would be, but that didn't work out. I mean, Samuel Womack, he won't be back. I thought he was always a good player himself. Jared Kingston, I know they'd like to have him, so if he clears waivers, I think they'd want him back. You know what I mean? Braden Willis, he was definitely a good linebacker. I don't see him clearing waivers. I think somebody's going to pick him up. You know, we always have a good linebacker core, but he probably was like the least common denominator. That's why they got rid of him. No disrespect to him. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he'll land on his feet wherever he goes. That's gonna be it for him, man. But it's tough to see another Niner go. Shout out to Braden Willis, Jalen Graham. I hadn't seen too much from him, so I guess that's the reason. I don't even have much to say about him, but I mean, it is what it is. And on the IR list that is recent from the waivers and stuff, you got Ambry Thomas with a broke forearm. I think that's pretty crazy because I always thought he was pretty good. I can't hate on him. He did get beat a few times, but he wasn't the type that would always get beat. So, then there's that. And you got John Feliciano. We need as many of our people on the offensive and defensive line in tip-top shape as we possibly can, and we need as much help as we possibly can. I mean, this year compared to last year, I see it as we're like almost a shell of who we were going into this season. We don't have Brandon Ayuk signed yet. We don't have Trent Williams signed yet still, and we have 2 weeks really, or not even 2 whole weeks before the official NFL season starts. I mean, who knows what it's going to look like? To me, if you ask me, I think it all depends on how that NFC West goes, because all of the teams in the NFC West have gotten stronger. So even if I'm thinking if they can't get everything together like how they're supposed to get it, or even if we have injuries, I already see us tiptoeing into the season, like sneaking, trying to slide by with some new plays and new innovative thoughts and things from Kyle and the gang. But I don't see it happening without the depth, because injuries, you know how it is with football, and I'll knock on wood to make sure nobody does get hurt, but at the same time, you got to be a realist about it, man. People get hurt every day in the NFL, even in practice. I mean, look at Ricky Pearsall. We don't know if he's even going to need surgery yet on his subluxed shoulder. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, I guess that's why it's a good thing that we got Cowling. But, I mean, I'm not going to get no further into those two right there. We've spoken about those guys a whole lot. But, I mean, the guys that didn't make this roster cut, it's got to be crazy for them because, you give it your all. Some of them will get picked up. Some of them, through waivers and other teams seeing them and knowing about them. But it's got to be crazy for the other guys that have been giving it their all and just end up, that's the end of their NFL career. Nobody picks them up from there. Nobody cares about them. Nobody watched them enough to know if they're good or not. So, maybe they'll play arena football or something else maybe, but the end of the line can be a hard thing for some of these players, and I'd like to just give a shout out to them, and as if I'm part of the San Francisco 49ers staff or whatever. I appreciate you guys for all that y'all did, but we got some real big things ahead of us that we have to face, and it's not just the people that aren't signed. They have to remember we got a really tough a tough season this year. I mean, the games, and come on, man. This is one of the toughest schedules we've had in the last few years, and we still going off of this Super Bowl hangover. We don't have people signed. We don't, the defenses, coordinators and coaches are different. I don't know, man. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. I'm just being optimistic and hopeful, keeping my head up high. Brandon, man, whatever it is that you looking for, man, I wish you nothing but the best. And I'm not speaking in this in the terms of we're losing you. Same thing with Trent, man. Get y'all money, man. The NFL's tough. We see it by these guys that haven't made the roster, man. It's only 53 that can't make it. So, I mean, you really got to look at it like that, man. And shout out to everybody, man. I hope y'all having a good $2 Tuesday. Shout out to my people down there at Planet Vapor for all y'all vaping needs and Fury at Fury Bro Studios, man. Y'all already know what time it is. It's been real. Nice quick short for y'all right before 9. Y'all already know who it is. It's your man, Podcast Petey, a.k.a. Beatman Pete. Petey boy, I'm out of here, man. Y'all holler at me later.
Pulls up, three-pointer.